Hey guys, so I figured since some of you guys probably did not finish all of your homework problems in class where you could have asked me, is this correct or not, I figured I would go ahead and do that final example we didn't do in class from example 3-2, letter B, which is, as you can see. So first things first, we need to go ahead and make our Pascal's triangle to the point where we can get our variables for when n equals 6. So I'm going to start my triangle. I'm actually going to start it right here, 1, and so 1 is always on the outside. Remember, to get that number in the middle, you just add up your two pieces, like 1 and 1. 1 plus 1 gives you 2. So then 1 and 1, this gives you 3 and 3. Again, I got that from 1 plus 2. Gives me 3. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. All right, so same thing over and over again. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1, 1, 6, 15, 20, 15 again, 6, and 1. And I can stop there because this is the line that I need. Now, next part. Now that I have my Pascal's triangle, that gives me the coefficients, but that doesn't really tell me what to do with my -1 and 3y. I've got to still work with that. So remember, I need to have 7 terms for my binomial expansion, and I always know it's going to be one more than whatever exponent they give me. So that's how I know that's going to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and write my 2 pieces of information, and just to make my life easier, I'm going to put everything in parentheses so that way I do not get confused later. So I need 7 of these -1s and 3y's. So let's go ahead and write that. So I went ahead and wrote them all. It's a little squished over towards the end, but that's all right. The next piece that I need to do is I need to do my exponents. So remember, your exponents, how we did in class was we started with our highest, which is right here, 6. We put that on our variable 1. So, and then we went down. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then this last one is going to be 0. Please remember, anything to the power of 0 is 1. Anything to the power of 0 always equals 1. Please make sure you remember that. So really, this little term down here at the end is just going to be 1, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, so once we're done with that, we can go to the next part, which is putting our exponents for our -1, which is the same thing, but I'm going to do it backwards. So, nope, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to start with 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And I know I did it correctly because when I do this, I should always end with 0. And I did both times. So I know I did it right. All right, now that I've done that, I'm going to bring over my coefficients from Pascal's triangle. So here's Pascal's triangle. I need to bring all of these over in front of my terms. Please note that your first number corresponds with your first term, and your second number corresponds with your second term, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to add these really fast. All right, now that I'm all done with that, now I need to go ahead and multiply my pieces. Now remember, our exponent of 6 right here, it is on the outside of parentheses, and the rules of exponent state that if you have an exponent on the outside, you can rewrite it as 3 to the 6th, y to the 6th, okay? And so that's what I'm going to sort of do right here. I'm not going to do it exactly like that, but I am going to sort of underline these numbers so that I know what I need to multiply together. It's going to be 1 times -1 to the 0 power, which is 1, times 3 to the 6th. Okay, and keep going. 6 times -1 to the first power is -1 times 3 to the 5th. If it'll let me write that. Okay. And keep going again. 15 times, -1 squared is +1 times 3 to the 4th. And so I just keep going and doing that until I'm done. All right, now that I've sort of written everything out, I am going to go ahead and actually multiply it. The first one's going to be 1 times 1 times 3 to the 6. Well, 3 to the 6 is actually going to be 729 y to the 6. So this one has been done. I go on to the next one, and let me erase that. It's going to be 6 times negative 1 times 3 to the 5th. All right, when I type that in my calculator, I should get a negative 1,458 y to the 5th. All right, keep going. 15 times 1 times 3 to the 4th is going to be 1,000, or positive 215 y to the 4th. Keep going, and I will get negative 540 y to the 3rd, and then a positive 135 y squared, a negative 18y, and then the last one is just 1 times 1 times 3 to the 0. Well, 3 to 0 is, again, 1. So it's going to be 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1. So this long polynomial right here is my final answer. So just wanted to make sure we, sort of reviewed that in case you had any questions at home and couldn't quite find it online or whatever. So please let me know if you have any questions by texting me on Remind or sending me an email. Please do not wait till tomorrow morning. Thank you. All right. Have a good night, guys.